All right, KTC, here we go. Another week. It is the end of the week, Friday before a long weekend. Hopefully the weather holds out and we can get some good training in. But a lot of you are going to be hitting Victoria or Oliver. So if you're doing Victoria, taper should be starting now. I know a few of us down at the track today, and that was the last big quality workout. But hopefully you're starting to think about resting, prepping, getting everything ready. I got the bike on the stand, trying to get her all tuned up, ready to go. Maybe won't be clicking Darren, but we'll see. I did have a request to do a little race preview video for Victoria 70.3. I can do one for Oliver as well. A lot of the same concepts will apply. So if you are racing to 70.3 in the next 2 weekends, you want to stick around for a little bit longer, listen to me ramble on various topics of racing at 70.3, then stick around. I forgot the leaderboard last week, so I do apologize. I remember looking at it. I know Vanessa was on there, Brad was on there from the Ironman effort. So, I mean, when you can put in pretty much the volume that we did in a week in one day, you're probably going to do pretty good. So congratulations again to you guys. I know it was a brutal day. I saw you in the pool today, Brad. Love to catch up and hear how that went for you. And maybe Vanessa on the other side of the world now. We'll connect again sometime soonish. But yes, I know, Vanessa, I think you had the longest activity. Congratulations. It's probably not the thing you wanted to win, but one heck of a bike ride. Anyway, looking at last week, Larissa, congratulations, 15 hours, 4 minutes. Gosh, I was so close, 15:03, and Julie, well done at 14:37. Total distance, I got that one. Then Larissa, then Darren, well done. And longest activity, Dave, 4:04. That's a big one. Julie and Luca. So nicely done, everybody. Got a really good contingent, again, heading to Victoria. I think there's probably at least 10 of us. We do have a little Facebook group going, not a group, a messenger. We have a messenger group. There we go. So if you do want to get on that, if you're not on that already, shoot me an email, shoot me a message on Facebook. I think we have to be friends. I got to circle back. I was supposed to invite people, but if you do want to connect while we're down there, I know already we've committed to the 1 o'clock check-in, and a bunch of us will be at the 1:30 athlete briefing on Saturday. Probably going to do a little bit of a swim, bike, maybe get some food. So anywho, if you want to partake in any of those club activities, it'd be great to see you guys and connect while we're down there. And yeah, maybe some drinks after. I don't know. No. So coming up in the pool, before I circle back to talking about the 70.3s. Again, we got some long stuff coming up. Saturday, we're going to hit a 2,000. So if you are doing a 70.3, that would be a good test to see if you can swim 1.9. If you can swim 2, you can swim 1.9 continuously. Now, I had the comment that is incredibly intimidating. And, I mean, you've been crushing these distances just with little breaks in between and actually at higher intensity. So all you got to go do is nice and easy. I will recommend, if you want to get some wetsuit time in, because the lake doesn't look like it's warming up anytime soon, feel free to bring your wetsuit. That'd be a perfect opportunity to do a 2,000 meters with your wetsuit. It does change your stroke a little bit. So I've been doing a lot of swimming personally in the pool lately with the wetsuit. My neck is a testament to that as it's raw. My wife wondering what's going on. She's gone in the day, but anywho, another story. So anywho, bring the wetsuit if you like. We are going to be doing a little bit endurance speed. That's kind of the focus for now. So get the speed going, the turnover going, and really stretch it out in terms of being able to swim continuous to build that confidence that you're going to have no problem whether you're doing a sprint, standard, or a half. And of course, as we get closer and closer to Ironman time, we'll be extending some of that workout in the lake, hopefully, and get a little bit of open water swimming, but I can't see that again happening until probably later in June. So that's what's coming up. Had a lot of fun ripping around the TT loop. We didn't have the greatest conditions this week. Super windy, but to everybody who came out, awesome. The more people come out, the more ability levels that we can get. Again, we're ripping around the main set in a tight little circuit or doing some hill climbing. So again, everybody's welcome. Nice friendly ride out. Let's break apart a little bit in the main set so we can all challenge ourselves at our own ability levels, and then nice friendly ride back home. So if you can make those, awesome. And then of course we're still running on Sundays, 8 o'clock now. It was great to see again everybody out last Sunday. It's going to get a little bit shorter as we're kind of tapering for some of these events coming up. But of course, if you want to go longer, you want to go shorter, we can always accommodate. And at least we get to warm up together. Gives you an excuse to get out the door and see all our friendly, smiling faces. So moving on, the last thing, I want to talk about before I get into the 70.3 stuff, which I'll just throw on there right now, is the hoodies. Thank you, Josh, for putting that all together. Really appreciate it. I'm rocking mine right now. I know all of you are jealous on how good I was looking on the pool deck the other day. Already some of you are looking to get your hands on them. Want to make sure that we get them out to everybody. So if you haven't picked yours up yet, shoot me an email. Let me know what the next practice is that you're going to be at. Be there, and I'm going to bring yours. So yeah, don't do that. If you don't get back to me, I actually have no idea who... Sorry, Josh. I didn't print a list, and I didn't really do it in a structured format. So I went on the honor system, and I don't know who is still left over. But anyway, if we do have a couple left over and you're looking to pick up some, I will give you the call out to shoot me an email. Again, some of you already caught me on the pool deck and are interested, but want to make sure everyone gets theirs for now. So that is about it. 70.3 Victoria coming up in a week's time. Like I said, from now on out, the only thing you can do is stay fresh and rest. You cannot do any more training. Hopefully you've done some. This is a big day. So yeah, it came quick. First thing I always look at is the weather report, and of course we really can't tell too much about the weather report on the island. It can change in the hour, so right now it's not looking so good. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and everybody put out their good karma for some, maybe not rain. It's definitely not going to be warm. It doesn't look like that. 10 to 14 degrees, and I think it's kind of overcast and rainy. Saturday looks a little better, which I'm always happy when it's nicer the day before, and you can kind of do transition stuff and check things out in the sunshine as opposed to the miserable rain. And then race day, I mean, I spend half the day with my eyes closed anyway, just going as hard as I can, so it doesn't really matter. Actually, every race I think I've done here, it's been kind of gloomy, overcast. I hear that's the thing in the island. So expect that. If it changes, great, but you're probably going to have a 10 to 12 degree exit from the swim, and it'll be a little chilly on the bike. So depending on how well you deal with that, personally, I'm going to deal with it and just ride harder. So I'm not going to be putting on anything special. If that's not you, then I would at least prepare a few layers to bring. I should say I will prepare a few layers if it turns really cold, particularly gloves, and I'll probably actually throw toe warmers on. That makes a big difference on my shoes. But other than that, that is what I'm going to do. Again, that's just me. So the course, like every year, it looks like it's different. So there's been years past we've been swimming on this end of the lake. I imagine probably with it, one year I did it, they had to cut it short because there's like all this algae and weird stuff. Wasn't the greatest, although the parking was a little better. Parking's not so good here. Your biggest challenge of this race will be parking, especially race morning because it starts so early at 6 a.m. And give yourself lots of time. I'll just say that. I think there's some shuttle buses. There's parking up on the highway, and they'll shuttle bus you in. I know there's a couple secret spots on these little roads here that you can park that might still be available. But yeah, so swim, pretty straightforward. This is actually really nice. I love when they have these nice rectangle swims where you don't have any corners too soon, so you can, it'll be a rolling start. Everyone will enter the water gradually, and you have a nice straightaway before you have any congestion and making any turns. So this is perfect in my opinion. And yeah, you'll be able to actually use the shoreline for sighting on the way out and back, which is also a really nice feature. And yeah, nothing much more to talk about the swim. Again, we're going to get in on Saturday sometime. I would recommend that you get in the lake if the weather conditions allow for it, just to get in a little bit of open water time, see what the temperature's like. But anywhere between 800 to 1500 meters should be, a good little shakeout swim on the Friday or Saturday. My goal is to get in on the Saturday. But test out the waters. Definitely good to kind of get a lay of the land, where everything is, where the sun comes up, any hazards, anything like that. But it is a small little lake. It should be a non-issue in that respect. Coming off onto the bike, again, the bike course is a little bit different. You got a little mix of everything. So, it actually goes in a reverse loop. In the last time I did it, I think we came out the other way around. So anyway, I can't really comment too much about the bike. It's got some rollers. Here's Julie's hill right here, I believe. That's the big hill. It's not too bad. But yeah, it's 90K. I would definitely, use the bike to prep yourself for the run. I'm saying that because that's the advice I gave Luke today. Keep fueled well, keep hydrated well. Again, that cool a temperature, you're probably not going to have to drink too much. So you may want to prepare your nutrition strategy where you're taking in enough calories, but you're not overdoing it on the fluids where you're going to have to pee every 5-10 minutes. So it might be a little more concentrated than you're used to. You might want to play with that, or rely on other methods for your energy consumption. So maybe more gels, solids, take in something like that as opposed to just crushing the fluids, because again, you're not going to be sweating that much. You will be losing fluids, so again, you still want to drink. And I highly recommend setting your alarm so it beeps at you every 5-10 minutes or so, and you take a sip of water. If you can keep it coming in like a slow drip, that's going to be your best in terms of your stomach's ability to digest. And that kind of goes the same with solids and gels as too. You don't have to just crush them all at once. Take your time. Your stomach will thank you later. Trust me. So other than that, 90K bike, most of you should be riding in zone 2, so your lower aerobic zone. There may be times where you get up in zone 3, pushing a little bit harder, but again, make the race the run. That is really where time is going to be lost or gained, especially if you're going to be a little on the slower end. It's going to be a long day, so stay controlled, stay comfortable, don't get too excited. And my mantra on the bike, anytime anyone passes me, I say, I'll see you on the run. So if you want to use that, feel free. And a lot of times I see them on the run. So zone 2, maybe zone 3. There may be some scenarios, some hill climbs where you're going to push a little bit more. You can make up a little bit of time going uphill as opposed to downhill. As well as another little piece of advice that I was talking with Luke about today was, if you ever end up in a situation where you're playing merry-go-round, you're just continually passing and repassing the same person, or they're passing and repassing you over and over again, it gets really annoying and it really ruins the flow of your ride. Plus, it basically, it'll slow you down because, well, one, you're going to burn matches, so energy spent that isn't that useful to pass, and then when they pass you, you have to soft pedal and come back. So that constant acceleration, deceleration will really play havoc on your overall bike stress. So if you do need to put the hammer down to get rid of someone or get rid of a group, that would be an opportune time to do it. You might be able to do it on some hills, as you can get a gap a little better going uphill than on the flats. And other than that, drafting is legal. If you do it legally, you can draft off 10 meters, or actually 12 meters, I believe, on the 70.3. So if you got a group in front of you, especially if there's a chain of riders and you're sitting in there, putting down the watts that you would like to put down, and probably feeling like you're riding a little bit easier, again, you are getting a draft advantage. If you're they're looking at changing those rules and making it bigger gaps. But to be honest, when you're racing as an age grouper, it's almost impossible sometimes. Drafting will occur. Use it strategically. I'm not telling you to draft. I mean, be as honest as you can. But when it's an impossibility, it is what it is. Use it. And when you're out of the draft zone, just know, again, if you're feeling like you're in a good spot, you're keeping up a good pace, you may want to stay there and save those legs for the run. But again, no cheating. Just a reality. So I think that's probably all I'm going to say about the bike. The run is the same every year, so awesome run. Trail all the way around the lake, shaded, not that we're going to probably require it on the day. Some single track parts where, really keep, I think over on this side of the lake here, keep an eye out for roots, exposed roots and things like that. There will be some rocky sections. So watch your footing. Don't glaze over completely and zone out. You'll have to, this is one thing I really like about this run, is it's really engaging. You're always, you have to stay present in this run, but pretty much dead flat. There's a couple sections where it rises up a little bit. I don't see some of the out and backs that they put in years past that kind of went up a hill and back down. So we'll see. It might be short, but even better. And you will go 2 laps around. So if you do the bike properly, you fuel it well, you pace it well, you're probably still going to be running aerobic zone 2, at least for the first lap. If you're a little quicker and you're a little more in shape, you might get away with running some zone 3 tempo effort. But really, I would keep it controlled, at least for the first 5K. Let your legs find you. Once they find you, just get into the flow. Keep it comfortable. Again, keep the fuel coming in, the gels, work the, stay hydrated. Don't overdo it, though. You can overdo it, trust me. You don't want to get sloshy in there. And be patient on that first lap. Once you've done the first lap, if you're feeling good, you can put the a little more effort into it. Awesome. It may or may not result in an increase of speed, but sometimes not slowing down is a good thing. So you may be working just as hard, if not harder. You'll probably see that heart rate continuing to creep up and up and up. And your pace stay the same. Again, totally natural, totally fine. If you can maintain to the finish, great. Last 5K, if you got anything else to give, great, giver. You should not be sprinting across the line. Use that energy a little before. You'll get a little more time out of it than going anaerobic at the finish. Plus, that just feels terrible too. So if you do have that ability to get up into threshold intensity, and again, it may not relate to pace, but at least the effort you're putting out, awesome. You should have a really good run. Lots of aid stations. Again, pretty sheltered, not a whole lot of spectators, so you're gonna be on your own quite a bit. There are some sections through here that are great. Spectators will be cheering you on through this section here. Probably not much around here. You might have some spectators on this end of the lake. Nothing really along this side. And yeah, I said kind of a new route, so I'll be excited to, well, not a new route, but a new starting and stopping place, which is interesting. So I'm excited to see what that's like. Other than that, in terms of preparation, make sure that you pack everything well in advance, go through things, especially now that you're traveling all the way to the island. You don't want to forget anything. There will be things you can buy there at more expensive prices, but yeah, really take your time packing, go through everything. I like to lay things out. Here's all my swim stuff. Here's all my bike stuff. Here's all my run stuff. And really make sure that you have everything. The other things that are often forgotten, here is my morning bag, my morning stuff, what I'm going to wear to the race, what I'm going to warm up in. And even more importantly, here is my post-race stuff. Here's what I'm going to hang out and wait for my medals in. No, maybe you'll win some medals. But yeah, what are you going to wear before and after the race? Especially if it's a miserable day, bring stuff. And especially if your car is way over back here in a shuttled parking lot, it's not going to be easy to get all the way back there. So you want to have that well packed in your bag. And yeah, bring rain stuff. That'd be my recommendation. Rain stuff in a 6-pack. That's my plan. So that will be how I enjoy my few hours post-race celebrations. Other than that, probably not too much more on the nutrition side. Again, not much different in terms of what you need to take in than you've probably been doing, or hopefully you've been doing in your long training sessions. So if you've practiced that, you've dialed it in, nothing new on race day. That goes really for everything. Nothing new on race day. Give yourself lots of time in the morning. Again, parking is a gong show, and if you're waiting for buses, that's even worse. So if you can be down there super early, I don't know what time transition opens at, like 4:20 or something. Stupid early. Yeah, better early than late. I've shown up late and it's absolutely terrible. So yeah, I think that's about it. Have fun. Remember, you are super special to be able to do this stuff. 1, to be able to complete it. 2, to even be able to actually just consider doing this type of stuff. You're definitely the 1%. And the best advice that I give, or I've been giving for years and years and years, nobody cares about you. Okay, I care about you a little bit, but every single other athlete there is only concerned about themselves. Every spectator there thinks you are a complete rock star, superstar just for doing this. So the fact that you're on the start line, you have completed the mission of getting to the start line, and that is the hardest part by far. Now it's time to just enjoy the day, enjoy the experience. Whether you win or lose, actually, the more you lose, the more you learn. But winning's kind of fun. So hope you have a great race, everybody. Be grateful. Have fun. Can't wait to see you down in Victoria. I'll do a quick little Oliver one next week when I get back. But said similar concepts in terms of approach, other than you're probably going to have a little hotter weather. So we'll have to adjust for that. Other than that, hope you guys have a great weekend. We will see you maybe this weekend in the pool or on the run. If not, I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.